I have a question for you. So before starting Mainichi, you were working as a freelance, right?
Yes,
And then even before that, you was working in a for a corporation,
yes.
right?
I work for a consultancy that outsourced me to a corporate job. Yes.
How did you decide to quit your corporate job, which is the title of today's episode, and to like transition yourself into like a freelancer and then becoming to like an owner of a somewhat successful digital agency?
Um, how did I transition into like
Yeah,
freelance? I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So for me, it was always like a goal of mine to be like independent. So like not tied to like one single entity. The issue was that once I started like working in a job, like and the salary came in and everything, and like all the benefits that go with like the corporate life, it was very how do you say it, satisfactory and comfortable.
Because you bound by by money.
No, not necessarily, but it's just very comfortable, and like it's very routine, and you know what they expect of you. You know what you need to deliver, and you know you can do it. So like it's easy to do. So and you get paid for it. So like it's very it's rewarding and comfortable and easy to do. So, but for me, it was never like my goal to like uh, stay like in one place. I always wanted to travel. Like that was like my goal. Has been my goal since I think I was in high school. That I wanted to travel. So I was trying to look for something that I could like work and also travel at the same time. Um, but doing my corporate job, it would not be possible at all because they required you to be in office until COVID hit, and then they were like, "Oh, you can work from home and stuff like that." But even working from home, you're not allowed to travel and stuff too. And like even during COVID time, you could not travel as well. So for me though, like I was already while I was being a consultant, I was already doing things freelance as well, as like a part-time gig. So I would have like clients, and I would do stuff for them already. Like even when I was doing my corporate, like working for the like business, for the corporate like business, and even when I was working as a consultant, like in-house or whatever, I was still doing like freelance stuff on the side as well, like in the weekends and after working
Using
hours.
a company works
No,
hour.
after hours. I would never use company hours to do like work for like other clients.
Okay.
I don't think it's ethical. So
Is it though? If you
unless
actually, if
unless the business like if you ask permission from the business and then they're like, okay, we don't have anything for you to do now, and then they're like, okay, you can work for your freelance
but I
stuff.
mean, what if you still able to deliver your jobs to like tasks and everything, but
it
also still use
it
company's time to
so
work on
so
other stuff?
okay, so in my opinion, when you're on their time, it's not it's their time, so you need to do stuff for them.
Even though you have nothing to do, you just sit there and look at the screen.
It's up to them. It's up to them. If they want you to spend time on like whatever the things are that you want to do, then and if they're okay with it, then it's okay for me as well. But if they're like, oh, you don't have anything to do and you're working on like your private like freelance stuff, that's not okay. Like for me as a business owner, I would say okay, if I don't have anything for my like employees to do, and they're working on their personal projects, I'm fine with it. But like me personally, I would ask permission to do it if I were to do it, and if they're okay with it, then I would do it. But I would not do it without asking permission. I don't think it's ethical.
Okay. So
Because if I don't have work to do, then I should go ask them like, what work do you have for me to do? And like if they don't have anything, then I can ask them, can I work on this like personal project? And if it's a good company, I think they would be okay with it.
So going back to when you said you didn't like your corporate job because you had to go like to the office, and you used to tell me that you have to drive so far, right? Like
Yeah,
2 hours to like commute to work
yeah.
and 2 hours back, right? So what if you're, a very impossible scenario, but let's say if you imagine your boss, your ex-boss,
Yeah.
right, allow you to like work from home,
Mm.
but still like a full-time job, like for corporate job. Are you still doing that, or but you need to stick with that company's time? You can be anywhere in the world, but if they start work at 8 and then you somewhere else at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m., you still gonna do it?
So I would say no actually to this because I already experienced this with the consultancy I used to work for. Because when I first started working for them, I was still studying. And they actually had stuff for me to do while I was on vacation, and I would work on their stuff during the like weekends and stuff. But they have like this company policy where you need to have like a timesheet and you need to fill in like every day like the hours that you worked and stuff. So I would fill in the worksheet. I worked in the weekends because like I was doing my holiday during the week, so I worked in the weekends and I fill it in and then I submit it, and they say, oh no, I cannot accept this. Because if you're working on the weekends, I need to pay you I need to pay you weekend rates. So like it did not work for me because I wanted to work during the nights because I feel like I'm more productive at night. I want to work in the weekends when like I'll have time off and stuff like that. But it doesn't work with like during that time. It did not work out. So with the consultancy, so I don't think it would work out even after as well. And doing like 8 hours, like fixed, working on, I don't know what it's. I don't know. I don't think that's the correct approach to like working, in my opinion. In general, like I don't think anybody should spend. I mean, truck drivers. They need to go from point A to point B. So if they're not driving, and they only drive when it suits them, then nothing would get delivered. So I guess in some jobs and like factory jobs and stuff like that, I think you need to stick to a schedule because the machines needs to keep running and stuff. But like in a creative industry, I don't think like being fixed to a specific time is like the correct approach.
You said earlier that oh, I forgot my question.
So
Oh,
how about
okay,
you?
okay.
How about you? How did you transition into becoming a business owner instead of working on corporate?
I mean, I did not had. Oh, before I answer this, I need to ask you first because I was trying to ask you:
Okay.
was that consulting job was your first and last corporate job, or you have other stuff that you used to work somewhere else?
So for me, I worked at the consultancy in-house, but for the consultancy, I worked at like a startup that like
It's
food.
not corporate.
It's the startup was not corporate, no. But and I also worked for a corporate, like an insurance company, through that consultancy. So they would outsource me to like other different locations, right?
But still within the same company.
So I work for the consultancy, and the consultancy they place me in different businesses so I can help them.
How many clients or businesses? Do you
I
work
think
with?
I think I worked for like three different clients. Yeah, 3 different clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in total, how long you work for?
I worked for 6 years. I also worked in-house as well for the consultancy. So I would do the consultancies.
So
like stuff.
everything in
So-
total 6 years.
Yeah, in total 6 years I worked for them. Yeah.
It's long enough. For me, I don't think I have enough experience with corporate. My last corporate job was, no, my first and last corporate job
Yeah.
was like about 6 months.
That short?
That is short already because if you don't count like probation, you just 3 months.
Why so short?
Because I wanted to start my niche.
Oh.
I mean, before that, I was working mainly for startups, different startup at the same time. I mean, I was asking you about like working during like a company's work hour.
Yeah.
I did a lot of that,
Yeah.
but I still able to satisfy my boss and deliver everything like he asked for and beyond.
Yeah.
He's satisfied, and back then I don't
What
know,
is
maybe
beyond?
like give him more than he like asked for or expected.
Like what?
No, it's nothing about that. It's stupid. So it's I was able to like work for 3 startups at the same time,
Oh,
but like one main full
and you
full
overlap
time.
like the hours that you work for them.
Yeah, but the other 2 part times, it's just like remote. I can work for anywhere. As
Yeah,
long as I can deliver.
I don't think that's ethical in my opinion. I think your morals, your moral compass, you need to like realign it maybe.
I don't know. What you can call that whatever you want,
If,
but
if
back then
if those businesses are okay with it, then I mean like
I
that's
did not
fine.
tell. I did not tell them like, oh, I work for others too. I don't need to tell that. But as long as I'm keeping it like, abide by the task that has been assigned by my boss, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So I think another reason why, because I work at 3 jobs at the same time, because I wanted the experience. So my full-time job was like executive assistant, right? And I did everything, but
A secretary.
yeah, but nothing that like into my
Into your field.
major,
Yeah.
with my field like marketing. Even though I do like content marketing, do some design stuff, but it's not fully because I have to do other stuff for him too, right? That's why I took time to like work in like media agency, and also starting another like NGO, which I help with fully with marketing as well.
Yeah.
So again, back into like corporate job. Even though it's short, but it taught me a lot though. That it's taught me one thing,
What?
that I would never go back to corporate.
Really? You did not like working for them?
No, maybe because the industry that I went in, it's so demanding and something that is
What was your role like in the corporate?
senior marketing executive.
What does
So
that
I
mean?
do. It's just a title.
Yeah, but what is your
my
role?
main
like?
role was doing branding for the company.
Branding.
Yeah, branding for the company and for the product, for the product of the company. But it's not nice because I used like fully 2 years. I was working with startup, even though like 2 years still short, but I had different experience.
Yeah.
Right, and the corporate job is too demanding, and you need to like abide by their rules, listen to them, even though you have opinion. If the boss not like it, you will be shut down, and they will listen to you based on your experience as well. Even though you have good experience, you have good ideas, and you propose, but something they never heard about, something that they never done it, and then they think you're new, they're not gonna. I don't know. It's everywhere is like this, but based on my experience working in that company, it's like that. It's the opinion is being heard based on the what is it called?
Seniority.
Yeah, it's difficult too. So I went in for like 1 month. I already cried 2-3 times already. You saw me that, right?
Yeah.
And then I have to work like overtime and stuff, right? Always exhausted.
You do get rewarded for it though, no? Like
They don't pay me for overtime, huh?
but they pay you like a lot in compared to like your startup or whatever.
Yeah, it's corporate job, but it's demanding than the startup. The startup, I work 3 job equal for that one corporate job.
I mean, but
it's
you
not
also
too
learn
stressful.
you also learn a lot from the
Yeah,
corporate job.
I do learn a lot, but the
So,
stress is
it's not worth
cannot
it.
comprehend. It's not worth it. That's why I'm saying I would not go back.
I mean, for me, it was not that stressful actually. Like working for corporate, that was not my main issue. Because my role was more like a bridge between different parties, and kind of like a project manager-ish kind of role.
I get it. I get that project manager, because if you're a manager, you can ask someone to do it. You just need to do some planning and strategy, right? But execution, you let people
But
do it.
I also do execution too, because like some things.
But not like mainly your role, right? Your role is to manage people, right?
That was not like my role was as like a webmaster. So like I'm in charge of like the websites, the outward facing websites for the corporate, and like the marketing department has certain demands. They want to like update or like push new changes or whatever, and then I need to bring it to the developers, and I need to make sure that it's like coded correctly and like it functions like the department asks for it. And sometimes I also need to like actually make it, like I need to, or sometimes there's like bugs or like some issues and I need to fix those things too. So I'm also in charge of like,
But now I see the common things that with you and with me when I was working at like three jobs at the same time, because two out of three I was manager, so I have people that do the work for me. I just need to strategize, right? But when I was working at corporate, I'm the one who execute everything. I plan everything. I propose.
yeah,
I
you don't have a
everything.
team. You don't have a team.
Yeah,
So
in
you don't-
Cambodia there was only 2 people in marketing.
You did have like a design team and stuff that like help you.
Yeah, but
You don't need to design
They
anything,
also
right?
design, but before coming to design, I need to like have
Mock up.
what creative. Yeah, I need to have mock up the content, what it's supposed to be,
I
and what it
mean,
looks
yeah,
like, right?
That's your job, right?
Yeah, but I also need to other stuff too. I need to find clients to meet their KPI and stuff, right? So I think that's the reality.
I mean, I had like KPIs too. So for me, there was like a ticketing system, and the goal was to, like when I first started, I think the tickets were like around 80 because the previous webmaster was already gone for like 2-3 months.
Ticket.
Yeah, so like tickets are like requests from like different departments.
Okay.
And like those, they need to be resolved, right? So like I need to either escalate those things to like developers, or I need to like fix it myself, or I need to make meetings so we can discuss like those things and stuff. So when I first started, there were like a lot of them, like around 80 or something. That was like outstanding. Like there was like, nobody looked into it, nothing happened with it, right? And then my goal was to like reduce it, but every day they would add like 20 more tickets to it.
It's a bit overwhelming.
Not 20, but like I think at least 5 tickets every day would be added to it. So I need to resolve the new incoming tickets and also deal with the like old outstanding ones too.
Okay, let's talk about preparations before you quitting. Let's talk about finance.
Yeah.
You know, before you decided to quit your corporate job with a high paid, I heard you also like had a car,
Yeah, I had
you
a
know,
lot. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then bonus and everything, right?
Yeah.
So how did you prepare yourself with the finance to like, because freelancing when you first started, I mean, you started during that time already, but when you go fully freelance, you don't have like monthly base salary anymore, and you keep going. How did you prepare for that? You had a budget in advance?
I saved a lot of money actually during when I was working. So I already saved quite a lot, and that was even if I don't get any work, I would be able to sustain myself because like I had like all that buffer, right? So I had, from the 6 years that I worked, like my paycheck, most of it just stayed in my bank account. So like I did not spend it on
You stay with your parents?
Yeah, I was still staying with my parents, so I was able to save like a lot of money. So that was like my main thing that allowed me to say like, okay,
How much you think it like would be enough for you to like, even though you don't have clients for like 3 or 6 months, how much would be appropriate for you to have?
3 months or 6 months?
Let's say 3 months.
3 months. Yeah, I think my base salary was like 2,000. So with 6,000, I think 3 months is fine.
Okay. Was it difficult? Oh no, what not difficult? But how long did you plan in advance to like quit and?
Well, I was thinking about it for like 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you well thought about it.
For me, like I said, like it was never my idea to like stay in Belgium. I wanted to go travel. So and like freelancing, it would allow me to still earn money and then also like go travel the world as well. So my main goal for like saving was also like, so I could go on travel.
But when you first quit your job, you did not start working, right? Or like do freelance immediately?
Yeah. So So when I first when I quit, actually COVID just started in Europe. I quit. I said I'm gonna quit my job, and then
Yeah.
after I quit, then COVID happened, and then everything went into shutdown. So I actually stayed on with the consultancy company for another year, and they approached me and asked do you still want to continue, or are you still planning on quitting? And I said I still want to quit. So after the year, because COVID was for 3 years almost, right? And then I still quit, and then I moved to Turkey, and then I stayed in Turkey for almost a year. And during that time, I was still getting some jobs here and there, but because of COVID, also my freelancing jobs, they kind of dried up as well, because those businesses, they went into savings mode as well, so they didn't want to spend too much money on IT or web stuff.
That's the worst situation. No, circumstance.
Yeah.
Or circumstance or situation.
Situation, yeah.
Yeah.
So my freelancing gigs, they also kind of dried up, but I was in Turkey, and I had my savings, like I told you, and Turkey compared to Europe is way cheaper to live in. So I was living on my savings, and I took the time to educate myself and learn Blender, the 3D software tool, and started doing stuff with that. Worked on my portfolio and just kept on doing different things so I can grow myself. And yeah, I still did some freelance jobs here and there, but nothing major.
For me, when I first decided to quit, it's to quit, and then we both starting Manichi, right?
Yeah.
So before I quit, you was already working for Manichi, right, for quite a few months, but the progress is still very slow, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, when you started a business and you're doing with a partner, then if both is not doing offering enough effort, then another one kind of slacky, right, as well, right? Because there's not enough motivation.
I mean, when the idea was that we would start together, but you were still doing your corporate job, right, back then, and I was supposed to work on it, but I mean, it's kind of difficult to go in a direction or do anything for it if both parties are not aligned. And you were very busy with the corporate, so it was not really progressing until you stopped with the corporate.
Yeah, I mean, quitting the corporate. To be honest, I was very nervous too, because I was not confident enough. I talked this in an interview as well, that Manichi would work out, because I don't have enough connection, and then the way we pricing our service is, if compared to Cambodia, it's a bit more on the high end, not high, but above medium, right? And then the way we offer our service is also new in Cambodia too, so I was not confident that it's gonna work out, because back then we were thinking Cambodia and stuff, targeting Cambodia and everything. But since when we got our first client, everything look a bit shiny. I remember the first time I was so happy. We had our first sushi and stuff. Then I would gain back the confidence, right? But speaking of the finance, I think because of even before corporate job, I was doing startup. I earn a lot too, and I do a lot of saving. And the corporate, even though 5-6 months, I also save a lot too. But at the same time, I spend a lot of money too, right? But quitting it. Oh no! Before quitting it, we went to Bali together, right? I spent a lot of money on that too, until I quit my startup and then joined corporate. I start earning again, and then there's a time that we had to go to Belgium to find our first client. We spent a shit ton of money as well. So by the end of the trip, even though we got our first client, our saving is gone. Yeah. So now we trying to save up again. So yeah, for finance part, I do agree. If $6,000, or if you could save it up to 10,000 or whatever.
I mean, if you're gonna start a business, um, I would recommend like you should have the money to invest in your business. So like when you're gonna, because there's a lot of costs that go into it besides like whatever the, you need your laptop, you need your screen, you need some like stationery, some business cards and stuff like that, but you also need to register the business, so like there's a lot of things that go into it. So you should definitely have more than like 3 months of like surviving savings. But like the 6,000 that I said is just my like personal like salary that I would pay myself from the business, right? So that I don't count that as like I would.
I mean, rule of thumb, I saw what people wrote on the internet. They suggested 3 months saving of your regular payout salary.
The thing with new businesses is you should not assume that you're gonna start earning money or having profits in the first 2 years. You need to survive the first 2 years. So
yeah, I was talking freelance. It's 3 months. That's why I'm saying like $6,000 is okay, but if you could save up more, because for if you start a business, you need at least 6 months. 6 months in advance for like money to like
to sustain yourself. So I would recommend like even more. I would go to say like have money for like 2 years, for instance. But it's difficult to save that amount of money, especially if you like living paycheck to paycheck.
It's difficult if you pay save that much for 2 years. You might like exhausted. You don't wanna save up anymore.
So like I don't know, it's kind of difficult. But like for me, when I quit, I had like $20,000. Like I will say that I had like $20,000, and like part of that was to travel, and part of that just like to sustain myself and like keep living. So.
You were talking about like when you first quit your job and you went to Turkey, and then since it's COVID, you couldn't go anywhere. You try to learn, learn new skill, right, to develop yourself, like Blender. Beside of Blender, were you trying to do something else that would be benefit for the skill?
I still so in the web like industry, things change like constantly, right? So I like kept updating my knowledge of that, and like learn some new frameworks, like how to use some databases, stuff like that. I keep learning those things too. And then whenever I get like a project or something, I try to do something new, so I learn even more, and then keep growing like that as well.
I had a plan even before I quit. While I was working, I'm telling this. I'm sorry for my supervisor, but so I was working in a media company, right?
Yeah.
And I knew that I was going to quit that job, right, to take the corporate job.
Yeah.
Right, because the corporate job, they require me cannot work for other job, right? Yeah. So I knew I was gonna quit and stuff. I asked my manager if he could buy me Coursera, Coursera for Teams, so I can start learning about content creation. No, not content creation. Sorry, like advertising, marketing in general, UX, UI, and stuff. Like to learn as much as I can, on like the company's money.
So you're leeching on another company so you can perform better at the new company.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, your morals compass.
I know.
You need to realign it.
But even though if I decided not to quit back then, then I would still have this skill to like apply and to help the company as well.
That's true.
But also the company itself, when first I started that, they promised me like, if you have anything to learn, you want to grow your skill, just let us know. We'll try every possible thing they can do. So I'm just
this is something that every company should offer. Like growing the employees. And I think it's very important.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, about Mighty Cheese, right? He's talking about growing the company.
Growing employees.
Growing the employees. We try to have this mindset to like teach each other. At least I try to learn. Okay, I try to learn from you.
How do you mask something in Photoshop?
I know how to do it. Now I even know how to edit the whole video by myself, planning to boosting, editing. Okay. Okay, it's enough with that. I was curious about you too, because our first client was your ex boss, right? The corporate job that you had
No, no,
before.
from the consultancy, not the corporate.
But that is also corporate, no?
It's not really. It's different. It doesn't fall under corporate.
But to me, I feel like it's corporate already because the benefit they
Okay,
give you
okay,
is
okay,
more than
okay,
just
okay.
startup.
Yeah.
So my question is that how did you?
Convince him to be
Yeah,
a
that's one
client.
thing. And like when you first like quit your job, how did you not burn
The bridge.
the bridge, and still have him as your first client?
So for me, like I worked at that place for like 6 years, right? And I think I was a good employee. I did a lot of things for them, and I went above and beyond for like a lot of
What
the.
is above and beyond? Huh?
So they would ask me to do like a certain design, and like let's say I made like 3 versions for them, and they did not like any of those 3 versions. I proceeded and made 50 different versions.
But they still didn't like
They
it.
did. They did. They eventually chose the second version that I made. But you know,
Typical.
yeah. So, but I did still do it. So, and when I decided to quit, it was like a very difficult like topic to approach because the boss, he's like very intimidating as well. So like it's very difficult to approach. But I tried to like pick a day that he would be in a good mood, and then I told him like straight up before I told the client. Actually, I told him that like I have this like you know and the thing is, I also did not quit because I got an offer from another job. I quit because I said I want to go travel, right? So my goal, my purpose for quitting is not to go find a better job, right? So that's
Right.
already like something good in my boss's eye,
Oh, okay.
because I'm not leaving the business to go to another business. I'm leaving the business because I want to go travel. It's like completely not related to
But you did
to
not
the
tell
job.
him that after the travel, you also do freelance, you become independent.
No, he already knows I do freelance, so
Okay.
he's okay with me doing freelance. And even when I first joined the business, the business asked me like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I told them like having my own agency. So they already know like this is my goal. So like I'm upfront and honest with it.
Okay.
So like they already know I'm gonna quit like at some point in the future, you know. But the idea was actually they suggested like I would build my agency inside of like the consultancy, so it would be a department inside of the consultancy.
Okay.
But we never got to that point. So yeah, so I approached them and I said, okay, like I have this thing that I've been thinking about for like very long time already, and he tried to convince me, like said like, oh no, you should not leave, you should really think about it, COVID is happening, but my decision was made already because I've been preparing for it for like more than 2 years.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So
Speaking of like goal and dream, you just mentioned that your goal was since the very beginning is to start your own agency,
Agency,
right?
yeah.
And then now your dream came true. And the same as me as well.
Oh.
Because I have been telling my friends, and then ever people ask me, even like interview for like school and stuff.
Yeah.
I always say I want to have my own agency or my own team.
Oh.
Like,
All your dreams come true, huh?
yeah, I
You're
guess.
so lucky. You should
But
dream
one more dream I have big.
being rich.
Yeah, and your
soon,
dream too.
soon.
Your dream too. So that's one thing that still is not accomplished yet.
Yeah, it will happen. All your dreams come true, so don't worry about it.
Okay, so I think I have this one last question. It's a very big question. You prepare for it?
No.
It's about the reflection.
Oh, okay.
Whether if you had a chance to do all of this all over again, like back to like corporate job, you were still working, would you still make the same decision to quit and then do freelance and then start this agency?
Yes.
1,000 times over, you still.
Would I do everything exactly the same as I did? Maybe not. Maybe not.
What would you not do the same?
So during my time in Turkey, I think I like procrastinated a bit too much with like finding like new clients. I think I would have approached that differently. So I was waiting for my old clients to come back because COVID dying down, they start their business again and stuff. So I thought they would like return instead of like going out and like looking for new clients. So I think I would have approached that a bit differently. So I would have tried to gain like new clients somehow, like more steadily or more frequently. And like learning wise, I think I'm fine, but I could have done more as well, like in terms of that. Because I was being very like relaxed and chill about it because I had all my savings, I like life was cheap.
Yeah.
So like I went out of the corporate life and like the life I had in Belgium because I felt like I'm too much in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
And then I went to Turkey and I went back into the comfort zone, which is like what I was trying to get out of.
I mean,
So-
because it was COVID too, you had nothing
Yeah, that's-
better.
But I mean,
to
like
do.
the work that we do is usually like online, so I could have still found like some other businesses that were booming, or I tried streaming for a while and stuff. Like I think that was a big waste of time too.
How
so-
did you know? I think you could have been like famous as like Speed,
No, I don't think another white guy streaming. I don't think.
You never know. I don't think you try hard enough.
Maybe, but yeah. So yeah, not everything I would do 100% the same, but I think in general lines, I would still like quit my job and go traveling and everything like that. Yeah.
If you were to ask me the same question,
Yeah.
okay, ask me the same question.
If
okay?
you were able to
Pretending.
do everything like all over again, would you still quit your job and start Mainichi, or?
I think the Mainichi part is still like 1,000 times.
Why
I
you
still
shake
do
your
it.
hand? Why you shaking your head? No.
No, I mean yes.
No,
I
you
would-
mean yes? No, you mean yes? You would not do it?
No, I would still do it like.
Why are you
1,000
still
times
shaking your head? No.
Stop it. And then, but I would not. I would no, not. I would go back in time and maybe push myself more to learn new skills, or like specialize in something more concrete, and get more certification or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's also like my mistake a bit too. I could have got more like certifications.
Yeah.
The thing is though, like the certifications I would have gotten then would be kind of useless right now because you need to like redo them.
But at least you like have the skill, learn new stuff,
I guess, yeah.
so you know about the world.
I think yeah, that's kind of important though. Like, I undervalued the importance of like certifications.
So another thing would be connection, networking. Because back then I was like, oh, I was still young. I just like finished school, university. So I would think like, oh, I still have more time, and like not like enthusiastic about making connection. Because I was like helping with an NGO, right?
Yeah.
And also my boss here is also entrepreneur as well. I could have used this time to like build connection.
Yeah.
For the future self of myself. Like right now, we actually need that a lot. That's that one thing I should have. I should be more confident and more open and like, go reach out, talk to people and stuff.
And now, how are you now?
Now I'm like, because I did not break the wall, I'm still like shy and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Still
back
have
then
difficulty with it.
back then I like have my boss who is also like high ranking, have position in the government too, so I should have be like that because people would listen to me.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, even though I'm a business owner, but they don't know me, they don't know Mainichi in Cambodia and stuff, so they don't care about us. That's one thing. So, yep. Um, Lastly, before we end this episode, you have any inspirational quote or lesson you want to share to the audience or tip?
Just do it. Just do it.
Sponsored by Nike?
Just do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean?
No.
I'll show you later.
Okay, mine is similar to you. Is let him cook.
What?
Let him cook.
Let him go.
Cook.
Let him cook.
Yeah, similar thing.
I
Do
mean,
it.
if this is something you want to do, like you want to start your own business,
Or doing freelance or,
or
like
doing freelance, or like anything you want to do, like a life changing or like like work related change, I don't think you should. Don't delay it too much. Prepare for it as best you can, and then go for it. If you don't, then you might regret it. You don't know. Maybe you will have a very successful career if you don't, but you might also not. So like, just whenever you do take the leap, try not to burn any bridges. So like, if it doesn't work out, you can still return to like wherever you started, right? Or you left.
My advice to you is when you first decided to like quit your job, you quit it because there is always a phase in like doing freelance or starting on your own, like being independent. The first phase you would like be excited and happy because you quit whatever like stressing you or like demanding from you so much, so you would be happy. But remember, after that happy stage, you would go into like some kind of sad, depressing, because things not always going up, it's also go down as well. There might be a time you could not find clients or you have difficult time working with clients as well. So, but my advice is do not,
Give up.
do not give up. I know it's very genetic, but
But you
even
should
though
also know when to give up too, though. Like some businesses, they're not meant to succeed. Like most of the like businesses, they fail. Like most new businesses, they fail. So also like don't keep dragging a dead horse, or like there is a saying like that, I think.
but my thing is not my advice is not really about like don't give up. It's more on like when there is a time that you don't have anything to do or you could not find clients and stuff, then take that time to like build your own skill. Maybe doing something like to get certification or like learn something online, build your skills or your portfolio. So when you're ready, like and stronger, you present to like clients, then you would be more superior. You look more attractive than before. So, yep. And I think that's all for today. I hope this episode is
Brought you
yet
something.
another insightful and advice from us ourselves. Maybe some of advice you might find it like BS, but it's all from our experience. So take it or leave it, right? Okay, so bye bye.